2 Corinthians has always been one of my favorite books of the Bible because I've been drawn to Paul's vulnerable and personal description of his ministry. But more recently, I've been drawn back to 2 Corinthians because of Paul's description of his weakness and suffering. I've gone through some deep suffering in my life in recent years, and I felt so weak for so long. I'll be honest, I don't like feeling needy or weak or burdened down by difficulty, and I often don't know what to do with those feelings. Where do I turn? What resources do I draw from to endure difficulty? I think many of us are asking these questions, and so many times we're tempted to look for answers from self-help strategies, anything to calm our growing anxiety or overwhelm. Or we look to others to have the answers and the fixes we need, anything to find the formula that will set our souls right again. Sure, these wells from which we draw can offer a brief cup of cold water for a parched and desperate soul, but they aren't enough. They're never enough. Besides, when affliction is near, we aren't looking for just enough. We're looking for more than enough, the rock-solid, unchanging, sure thing, the inexplicable strength that doesn't just help us along, but carries us along the whole way through. And we need to know how to draw from this infinite resource again and again and again. This is why I wrote More Than Enough, a Bible study through 2 Corinthians. Because the Apostle Paul knew a thing or two about suffering and weakness. He endured so much in his life, which he describes in his letter to the Corinthians. Rather than hindrances, he described his afflictions and weakness as the very foundation of his ministry. Paul embraced and proclaimed his weakness because he discovered a secret. God's power and glory were most evident in and through him when he had nothing special to offer. That's a secret I've discovered and experienced in my own suffering. And I want women who are fruitlessly searching for just enough to find more than enough in the living God. Friends, whatever your affliction, whatever your weakness or frailty, Paul tells us that God is an infinite resource who always rises to meet your need. Your weakness in the face of life's difficulties isn't something to outrun, evade, or berate yourself over, but rather something to embrace and boast in, because it's where you'll meet the God who is more than enough for you in any and every situation you face.